So when I was first diagnosed, I wanted to run a mile from the hospital. I didn't want any part, when I was asked if I wanted to be a part of the patient group, didn't want any part of it. I just wanted to get back on with my life. I've changed my opinion considerably, having met a lung cancer patient who was herself a clinical nurse specialist with cancer, who'd been given less than 6 months to live with a lung cancer diagnosis. Through advocacy and awareness raising, she survived 4 years, 4 months by getting herself on clinical trials. So that was a bit of a lesson to me, because she suggested and encouraged me to get involved, which I did, and I'm now very involved. But I think what's important for advocates really is to maybe be supported in their roles, so that when they are offered the opportunities to sit on committees, they recognise that that isn't the place to raise any personal complaints or concerns about parking charges, but it's to represent, which is important, but needs to be somewhere else. And their role really is to give the patient perspective, to help people designing trials or patient information or communication methods, so that the people doing that understand the patient perspective. The thing you get from being in part of these is actually support. So I was in a clinic a couple of years ago. Clinic was running late, which they often do, sitting next to a lady who'd been offered surgery. In her mind, she'd made up she wasn't going to have this surgery. In fact, she brought her daughter along, and she said to me, I've been offered surgery, but I've had my life, that's it, I'm done. And I was like, gosh, not many people get offered lung surgery. If you've been offered that, you need to have that discussion. So I told her I'd had lung surgery, and she said, but you're not breathless. And I was like, no, I was after the surgery, but no, I'm recovering well. The man opposite us told her that he'd had a pneumonectomy and lost his whole lung. And she said, only a few months earlier, and she said, and you're not breathless? And he said, no, I play golf and I walk the dog. So in the 20 minutes we chatted, she went from writing off her life to asking us both how soon after surgery might she be able to drive. And she then said she thought there should be somewhere where patients could meet other people who've gone through the treatment, so that they could have those sorts of discussions. And I understand the concerns and liabilities and potential consequences of that, but it gave her some peace of mind and a very different discussion with her clinician than the one she'd obviously intended.